know, I don't reckon I'm ever going to get around the world on this.
Of course you will.
Not at this rate. The trouble is the world isn't going to wait for me, is it? It's changing all the time.
Changing?
Yeah. You've only got to look at the papers. I mean, the way I'm going, all the maps are going to be out of date while I'm still on the road. I could get to Africa, it wouldn't be there anymore.
Come on, Morris. It ain't an easy task you've set yourself now, is it?
Well, I realise that.
How long you been doing it?
Well, since I first planned the operation, nigh on 2.5 years.
And what have you logged up so far?
18 miles.
Well, you've just had a run of bad luck, Morris, that's all.
I know. And it's in a car. I mean, I've never collided with a car before.
Is the ball insured?
Third-party fire and theft. Anyway, it wasn't my fault.
Of course it wasn't. It was your right of way.
Exactly.
It was that private detective's fault. What you going to do about him, Mr. Drake?
Wake up. I want you to leave here now. I want you to go back to the person who hired you, my ex-wife, and tell her
May I have a glass of water, please?
Oh, yes, of course, I'm sorry. There.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's all right. And I want you to tell her... Tell her that I do not need to be watched, that I have no desire to be spied upon, because I am now a free person. Free of her, free of the damage she has caused me, and free to choose the way of life for which I believe I'm made. A life of a hermit.
Fine. I'll let her know all that in due course.
Now.
Now?
Yes, I want you to leave now.
What, you mean this very minute?
You heard him.
But I'm not well. I've had an accident. I also have an allergy problem, plus a history of stress. Thank you. Oh, how's my car?
Wrecked.
Oh. There's no telephone here, I suppose?
Nope.
Shortwave radio?
Not even a carrier pigeon.
I see. Once again, thank you.
Don't mention it. You go out over the Ridgeway, then on over Blackbrook Moor, and if you keep on your toes, you should make Fennybrook by early morning.
I'm afraid I can't leave the area just yet.
You what?
Well, how can I? I mean, I'm a professional. I'm still under contract. I'm still obliged to keep Mr. Drake under surveillance for another day or two at least.
What are you talking about? Your cover's blown, mate.
Blown?
Yes. Mr. Drake's seen you, hasn't he?
Well, obviously.
I mean, he's brought you in here, looked after you, got you back on your feet.
That's right.
So how can you spy on someone who knows you're there?
Couldn't we come to some arrangement? Look, I could promise not to pass back any information of a more, well, you know, intimate nature. Don't touch me. You'll catch things. All right, I give you my word to tell the truth only as I see it. No ornamentation. Look, if you wish, I could let you read the reports before I pass them on to your ex-wife. No?
No.
Oh. I could be of some help. Do a few odd jobs round here while I'm spying on you.
No, thanks.
What about window cleaning? What about a spot of painting and decorating?
Don't need it.
Instructions in ballroom dancing?
Sorry.
As a sideline, I also specialise in amateur entertainments. Recitations, country tricks, things of that sort. I'm not very good, but...
Why not try a disappearing trick?
I will. Goodbye, old friend. How far is it to Fennybrook Bottom?
About 17 miles.
Is that all? What about confectionery? Cake decorating? That is what icing speciality.
No, thanks.
No.
Please, let me stay. I'll never survive. Not at night. Not in the countryside at night. I'm ill-fated. Owls and things will attack me. They can't help themselves.
Don't listen to him, Mr. Drake.
I'll be found dead by the roadside.
You've got a home to go to, haven't you?
Yes, but I don't like it there. My children ignore me and my wife's a tart. I hate it at work. They don't want me there. Nobody talks to me.
You let one person in, you end up with an invasion.
He is right.
Please, don't abandon me.
Well?
No sign of him.
He must have gone.
Or he could be dead.
Shut up, will you?
Well, I'd be interested to know whether he made it or not, simply from a statistical point of view. I mean, a 17-mile walk on a dark night with an allergy problem? There's got to be a record-breaking attempt there somewhere.
And I would be interested to know if anyone has ever broken the record for going on and on about record-breaking attempts that nobody wants to know about in the first place.
I'd have to look that up.
I suppose we could always go and search for him.
Where?
Up on the moor. He could have made it to the moor.
But no further, I shouldn't think. You see, there's a lot of deep potholes up there. Bottomless, some of them. Plus a couple of old abandoned mine shafts.
Cool, anything else while you're at it?
The altitude can freeze you to the marrow up there on the moor at night. Especially if there's a northeast wind.
Oh, there was one last night.
That's right. I heard it through the downpipe in the airing cupboard.
Then there's them wild ponies.
Wild ponies?
Up on the moor. They get very nasty when they're hungry. Frenzied. It is said they once trampled a man to death because he had a buttered roll in his pocket.
What's the matter with you all? He's a private detective, isn't he?
Yes.
So he should know all about survival.
That's right.
Oh, come on. We've all seen him. Does he look like a natural survivor?
No.
Well, that's his bad luck.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, it's his job, isn't it? He ought to know the risks involved.
Right.
Lost at night on Blackbrook Moor. He'll be just bleached bones by now.
Will you stop it?
Right. Things to do.
What things?
Well, now that the threat of a private investigation has been lifted, I can get on cultivating the land. Tommy, you can help me.
I hope you do what?
Looking to the future, Where is the nearest market town?
Why?
Well, because in that near future I may decide to set up a stall there.
What for?
Well, to sell the dairy and vegetable products that I will have cultivated, of course.
Oh. Nearest market town?
That'd be Wellsfield.
Yes.
And whereabouts is Wellsfield?
Oh, 30-odd miles away.
Must be.
Mind, I seem to remember that they knocked down the old indoor market there. Built a speedway track.
You're right, they did.
What about an outdoor market?
Oh, you wouldn't sell a lot there. They turned that into a mortuary.
Oh, well, there have to be other alternatives. Better ones, even when the time comes and this place is flourishing. Well, then, perhaps I could get my daughter to come down here. Oh, well, I'm sure I could apply for custody if I'm successful. She could help me in the garden.
A retirement job, you mean?
What?
Well, by the time you get this place flourishing, she'll be an old lady.
There. That didn't take long, did it?
You mean it's finished?
Apart from the glass, yes.
A bit shaky, isn't it?
Well, it doesn't have to be that strong. The bricks will support it.
Oh. So, what's this supposed to do?
Well, it's a cold frame. You grow vegetables under it.
When it's raining?
What?
You mean you climb under there when it's cold and wet?
No. The vegetables grow under there by themselves. You see, because of the nature of the structure, they're encouraged to develop.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, but you could grow marrows under there. Melons, even.
Amazing.
Yes. One day, when you find a place of your own, you'll be grateful for all these tips.
Oh, they'll be invaluable.
So what are your plans, Tommy?
Plans?
Yes, for the future.
Well, I'd like to make the airing cupboard more comfortable.
When you move on from here, when you strike out on your own.
Well, I haven't given it much thought yet.
Well, I think you should. I mean, one day you may want to get married, settle down somewhere. That's why you should be considering the future right now. Planning that future. Learning how to sleep in a proper bed.
But I've always slept in airing cupboards.
Yes, you have, but what about your bride-to-be?
What bride-to-be?
Supposing you were to get married. I mean, you can hardly carry her over the threshold, up the stairs and into an airing cupboard, now can you? Biff, this way. Steady. Put it down a minute, would you?
You can get some fair-sized airing cupboards.
Round this way. Oh.
You see, when I think about other people...
Other people?
Yeah. When I think about Morris and his wife and family laughing at him just because he wants to walk around the world on his ball. Or when I think about Angie, having lived with enough fellas to man an aircraft carrier. Still wandering around on her own. And when I think about that detective, scared to go home because his wife and people at work ignore him. And when I think about you...
Me?
Yeah. Kicked out of your own house because your wife wants to do a trade-in for someone younger. Then I reckon I'm better off in a single airing cupboard. To me. I mean, would you get married again after all the old rubbish you've had to put up with?
I don't think I need answer that.
Well, I think you do. You've been preaching to me.
Well, if I did happen to meet the right kind of woman, I'd certainly give it a certain amount of serious thought.
Before or after you got yourself lumbered again?
What is that?
What do you think?
It's difficult to say. Some sort of outdoor clothes horse? A wooden aerial?
No, it's a cold frame. Oh, have you seen here? Lettuces are coming up. Cabbages. Radishes.
Beetroots.
Oh.
Who says I shan't be a thriving industry? Right, let's find some glass for that frame.
Out.
I'm sorry to have frightened you, but I'm allergic to straw and chicken feathers and pitchforks. Thank you.
Him again?
I'm afraid so.
Where was he?
In with the chickens. Oh, they're all right. I checked.
I got lost. I found myself going round in circles.
Oh, did you?
Well, it's understandable, of course. Have you seen the amount of flowering ragwort that's out there by the road?
No.
Sure. The ditch is full of it.
Are they?
And I'm afraid I lose all sense of direction in flowering ragwort. It's the same with birchweed and bogbean. Yes, I go absolutely wild in ladies' bed straw.
Would you be the new owners?
No.
Then who is?
Mr. Drake.
Oh, love to meet him. Keep that dog under control, will you?
Mr. Drake.
Not me. Him.
Saw the smoke from up on the ridgeway.
Oh?
So I thought, who on earth, after all these years, could possibly be living in the cottage at Skinny Man's Lane? Venicia Kelly.
Oh, please
I live out at Barnes Court, about 11 miles from here. I suppose you could say I'm your nearest neighbour.
Really?
What a positive hand. I like a man with a positive hand. Now then, what's through here? Rather a lot of relatives, haven't you?
Oh, we're not related.
Oh, well, they're surely not friends. And the place is far too small for this amount of staff.
Oh, we just happened to be passing through.
Makes you sound like a laxative, dear. Now then, tell me, what are you?
What am I?
Yes. I mean, living out here in this isolated spot, you have to be something interesting.
Well, I suppose
An artist?
No.
Sculptor? Composer?
No, nothing like that.
Nothing to do with the arts whatsoever?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh, now that is a disappointment.
He just wants to be left alone.
Why?
Because he wants to be a hermit, that's why.
Oh, well, I suppose that's all right. It won't sound too awful when I introduce you.
Introduce me?
Yes, to my social circle. I don't think we know a hermit. No, the nearest we've got to that is a retired castaway. Anyway, I have to be off now. Friends are expecting me for drinks. Oh, but I'll be back. I like the look of you. So you can expect to hear from me at any time.
Really?
Yes. I never plan things too far in advance. I prefer to pop up at unguarded moments.
I bet.
What about that, then?
I think that's disgraceful. Barging in like that without ceremony.
Oh, by the way, are you married?
No, divorced.
Nothing wrong with that. I've been widowed 3 times, and I'm still game. It's all a question of pacing oneself, don't you think?
Well,
Bye-bye. See you soon. Trombone?
Well, what a charming woman. Anyone like a cup of tea?
No, thanks.
No, thank you.
Yes, very pleasant. A bit forceful, perhaps. And I suppose a lot of people get like that if they do a lot of horse riding. Yes, I thought she was very pleasant.
Mug.
Pardon? Oh, thank you. And quite knowledgeable in her own way, too, I would imagine.
I think I'll go and do some work on my ball.
Good idea.
And she's still very attractive in spite of what's happened to her.
Why, what's happened to her?
Well, all 3 of her husbands have died. I think that's rather sad.
But you don't know the circumstances, do you?
Circumstances?
Yes. I mean, she could have been a bigamist. And all those 3 husbands could have trampled each other to death in the rush to get away from her. What about that airing cupboard?
Oh, yeah.
Now, look, she's only a neighbour, for goodness sake. Call by to pay her respects.
Remember the old saying, Mr. Drake?
What old saying?
Out of the frying pan.
You're not even supposed to be here, let alone give me advice.
If it's any consolation, those reports on you that I compiled, I've decided to destroy them.
Oh, have you?
Well, I know I've got a living to make and times are hard, but I think it's only right to give consideration to people who are worse off than oneself.
Are you trying to say that I'm worse off than you?
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm simply a martyr to ill health. But you're a walking accident.
How's that?
Oh, beautiful.
Oh. There. And what about some books?
I don't read books.
Clean towel?
Bottom shelf down there.
Thanks. Very cosy.
Yeah, not bad, is it?
You see, as a neighbour, she may be of great use to me. She's bound to know people. People that I need to make contact with right now. Farmers, market gardeners, nurserymen. My small effort out there in the garden, well, that's only the start. The start of something bigger. And when I get my co-frame set up...
I don't mean to sound unkind, Mr. Drake, but there's only one thing wrong with your positive hand. It keeps getting too many negative results.
We'll see.
Mr. Drake?
There's nothing down there. It's a wilderness. Who did this?
Me. I had a bit of spare time here and there. Early mornings and that.
It's incredible.
Not really. Not when you know the land. Here. It's all yours. Oh, Morris put those together.
No problem. Did them in 19 minutes, 27 seconds flat. Cyd.
That's right.
Out of best firewood.
All of it, it's amazing.
I didn't do anything, I'm afraid. I haven't been here long enough. But if you need an ornamental weather vane, heraldic or otherwise, rather a dab hand with a fret saw.